And thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock, so we are bracing for this real taste of winter. Angela's tracking a weather impact alert for tomorrow.
Yes, we went alert. Just because we don't want you to be caught off guard,
right.
We want you to be aware and be prepared for the big weather change that's coming. We're all going to feel it tomorrow. The when is tomorrow. The impacts. 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, some flurries and snow showers, no accumulations expected, wind chills in the 20s, so it's going to feel 30 colder than what we had today. Be aware if you're traveling, especially around those high profile vehicles, deflate those Christmas decorations and be prepared for some power outages. Here's the outline of the wind advisory. Here's the winter storm we're tracking coming out of Minnesota, headed into Wisconsin. They're going to be dealing with several inches of lake effect snow. Those are winter storm warnings east of Lake Michigan. The cold air is getting close. We're still at 52 in Indianapolis, but down to 35 in Des Moines. We will be in the 30s tomorrow. Heavy coat weather is back.
All right, Angela, thanks. So this wind and snow is hitting on the busiest day for holiday travel over at the Indianapolis International Airport. In fact, officials told us they are expecting 30 to 40,000 travelers going in and out of the airport every day this week. But airport officials don't think Thanksgiving travel will be quite as crazy as what we saw during fall break. So if you're planning to travel or if you've got family coming in, here's what you need to know tonight. Right now, TSA recommends getting to the airport 2 hours early. Once you're there, keep your shoes on as you're going through security. Put any loose items like phones in your carry-on bag to keep things moving. Sunday, we're told, is going to be the second busiest day of travel. And here's some advice if you're bringing back leftovers. If you can spray it, spread it, or pour it, it has to go inside of a checked bag. Tonight at 11, police tell us they shot and killed a wanted semi-truck driver in Franklin after IMPD says he did not comply with orders to surrender. Our Alex Almanza spent tonight digging into who owns that truck and where this investigation stands. Alex?
Well, the warrants alone paint a picture. Domestic battery with a child nearby, strangulation, intimidation, and firearms in the mix. But the cops say that's just the starting point. Detectives say the man they shot, now identified as 37-year-old Robert Beto of Indianapolis, is the same guy they've been tracking as a person connected to a recent homicide.
Gives you a little shaky feeling, never seeing something like that and then watching it happen in front of your eyes.
Never in Franklin, Devin Gregg says, did he ever expect to see something like this.
You can see him just drop straight to the ground.
Gregg was there just after 1:30 Tuesday afternoon as officers from several districts attempted to arrest trucker Robert Beto in the parking lot of this trucking facility in the 1200 block of Mitsubishi Parkway in Franklin. Police say Beto didn't comply with orders, and after multiple attempts to de-escalate, he was shot and later died at a hospital. State police say a shotgun was later recovered near the suspect.
I think that speaks to the dangers that these officers were willing to put themselves there in protection of not just this community in this immediate area, but their home community in Indianapolis as well.
Police say Beto was wanted on a warrant and was also being tagged as a person of interest in a recent Indianapolis homicide case, though detectives didn't clarify which one specifically.
Still putting a lot of those pieces together, and there's still a lot of work to do in that case.
13 News did a search on the U.S. Department of Transportation number on the side of the truck. Records show the truck is registered under the business name FM Trans Inc. Now, when we tried to call the phone number associated with that business, someone picked up the phone and then hung up.
Now, no officers or community members were hurt, but IMPD says the involved officers will be placed on administrative duty, which is usually standard procedure with any officer-involved shooting. Scott?
All right, Alex, thanks so much. And we're going to be tracking updates in this story and keep you posted on any new developments, both on air and online. Tonight, redistricting is back on the docket. House Speaker Todd Houston says the House will start the 2026 session on Monday, despite that vote last week to begin January 5th. He says they'll deal with legislative issues, including redistricting. Senate President Pro Tem Rod Bray says the Senate will make a decision on whatever the House sends them. This is a move that House Democrats say is against the rules. House Minority Leader Phil Gianquinta says Speaker Houston should have consulted him, and they would have to take a vote on a date change for that session. Gianquinta did not explicitly say whether House Democrats would be there Monday, but even if they don't show up, he says it may not even matter.
We are in the superminority, so we can't walk out and stop the proceedings. So now there are some, certainly there's probably some House Republicans that don't want to vote for this either. And, maybe they're the ones that shouldn't show up.
Right now, Speaker Houston says the House has the votes for redistricting. Senator Bray has said repeatedly the Senate does not. We've got more reaction from Governor Mike Braun, plus how Democrats are responding over on WTHR.com. And tonight we've learned that Wisconsin is joining the redistricting fight. A couple of lawsuits say that maps drawn back in 2011 are gerrymandering. Democrats say the maps favor Republicans. The GOP controls 6 of the 8 districts in Wisconsin. A 3-judge panel will now hear both of those lawsuits. We've got new developments tonight for a proposed data center in northern Indiana. Tonight we know that Amazon plans to build a $15 billion facility in Hobart. That's near Gary in Lake County. City officials tonight just confirmed to us that this new data center will be added to a new technology park. Now we talked with the mayor, Josh Huddleston, who told us they are finalizing the deal. The idea is to put data center development into one dedicated zone. The mayor says they want to address the community's concerns, things like water and utilities along the way.
We went out and visited data centers in Loudoun County, Virginia. We went out to Ohio, and learn from the mistakes of others, because you can't make them all yourself. And so just trying to make sure that we could properly navigate them and make sure that our residents' concerns were heard and that we address them properly.
So if this deal is finalized, it still has to go through the Hobart City Council, the Plan Commission, and additional reviews. We've got the in-depth breakdown about this plan for you, so you can check it out over on WTHR.com. Tonight at 11, we're getting some new pictures and video of IAFD making a quick rescue. A deck collapsed at a home here in downtown Indianapolis. A couple of people in wheelchairs got trapped in the debris today. Firefighters got the man out in minutes and then got to work freeing a 71-year-old woman. Both, we're told, are doing okay tonight. IFD says it is unclear tonight what caused that deck to collapse.